Hi guys, this is Mike Goldstein of Easy Dating Coach. This channel is all about making dating and relationships easy. Today's topic is 3 steps to get him emotionally attached. Why is this important? Getting him emotionally attached is so important because think about if we just got him physically attached. If he's just physically attached, he's just in it for sex. If he's emotionally attached to you, a few things will happen. He will not disappear. He will not pull that ghosting stuff we've heard about. He will not go on 8 dates, 15 dates, a year, 2 years with you, and then just suddenly leave the relationship. If you're in the early stages, if he's emotionally attached, he's going to want to commit to you. He's going to want to forget about all the other women out there. So if we can accomplish this, we're bringing him close. He's going to want to be around you. He's going to want to date you. He's going to want to call you. He's going to want to text you. He's going to want to treat you well. He's going to want to court you. So that's why I created this video. So we're going to give you 3 steps so we can get those things accomplished. Now, before we go into the 3 steps, this is only and obviously when the guy meets your standard, right? If he doesn't meet your standard, then why do we want to do any of these steps? We don't. He's got to meet your standard. Once he does, rock and roll, we're going to use this process. All right, let's hop right in. Step 1, and stick around because you need all 3 of these to get a guy fully committed to you, fully falling for you. Step 1 is you need him to have massive amounts of fun when he's around you. Let me give you an example. I went on a date a few months ago, and I invited this woman to go play soccer. And so we show up, and she's got her jump rope, and she's already kind of jumping rope right there at the beginning of our date. And I'm like, all right, I mean, this woman is, she's having fun. That's cool. So then we were going to have a game in 30 minutes. So I'm like, let's warm up. So I got like super serious, and I'm like doing high knees with her, and I'm like running across the field. And I'm like, all right, now do kickbacks, and all serious because I want to warm up before my soccer game so I don't pull a muscle. And then all of a sudden, she's just like, well, this isn't that fun. Why don't we do some cartwheels? And I'm like built like a linebacker. I'm 220 pounds. I can't do a cartwheel. She's like, come on, I'll show you. So she does a perfect cartwheel. She's magnificent at it. And she's like, all right, you try. So she shows me where to put my hands and where to put my feet. And I do a cartwheel-ish, kind of fall on myself. And her and I just start laughing. And I went, my male brain that's usually capable of only doing one thing at a time, which we could put another video on that. I was focused on being serious, and now she switched my focus into having fun and being playful. I can only do one thing at once, right? I can either be serious or I can be playful. And if I'm being playful, I'm having fun. So we start doing cartwheels for the next 15 minutes, and she finally gets me to do a half-decent one. And the whole time we're just having a blast because she's just laughing at my big goofy butt fall all over myself, and I'm having a good time trying to learn how to do this. And it was a lot of fun. Now, you're probably like, all right, Mike, great, but why is this important? Really, the number one most important thing a man is looking for in a life partner is someone he's having fun with literally about 95 to 97% of the time. Men do not want to have their woman unhappy, do not want to be in conflict. And humans in general, we don't want to be in conflict. We just want to be having fun. Fun is a partner that communicates well, that has all these qualities, has similar values. But ultimately, how are we feeling when we're with them? Are we smiling? Are we ear to ear? And yes, there's a lot of nuances to that. Do we have the same communication style, same values? Do we enjoy the same things? But ultimately, on a first date, can we have fun? Can we cause that to happen? And what he's thinking is if we're having fun in this moment, if I need to date you forever, aka marriage or commitment, will there be fun all the time? And if I think it's easy to have fun with you and you make it easy to have fun, then that's someone I want to commit to forever. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how to execute this because maybe you're not a cartwheel person and maybe you're not in a place appropriate for that. Maybe you're at a bar having a drink. Well, what I'd like you to run is think about this. Spend some time on what you want to do to have fun. And so a possible example would be like, hey, Mike, I bet you can't name the 7 dwarves. go. And I'm sure all of you are pausing this and being like, I don't think I can. But anyway, think of like trivia. Be like, maybe you've had a drink or two and you're like, let's have some fun. Give me your hand. Let's have a thumb war. Like, what are you going to do to break up this date where it's not all that serious ping pong of an interview and you're just going to have some fun? All right, does that make sense? Beautiful. All right, let's move on to step 2. All right, guys, step 2 is be vulnerable. Now, remember the story I told about the woman who was doing cartwheels and we had a lot of fun? Well, guess what? There was actually substance to her as well. It wasn't just cartwheels and butterflies and rainbows and having fun. On the second date, we got a lot deeper. And she ended up being very vulnerable and telling me that her dad actually had cancer about 2 years ago and died 1 year ago. And of course she was devastated. And that led to a much deeper conversation of like, well, what was your relationship with him? What do you miss most about him? How are you doing now that he's gone? What's different now? And so we got into this great conversation where I really felt emotionally connected to her because she felt comfortable to be vulnerable. So it was really brought us close and really allowed me to get to know her. And that was cool that she felt comfortable to disclose that. All right, guys, let's move on. Step 3. Step 3 is you need to make it emotionally safe for your man. And that means, and this is like some Jedi mind stuff, where you actually allow him to be vulnerable. Because remember, in the last step, you were being vulnerable, and that drove me close because she told me about her father having cancer. Well, how are we going to make him feel safe? Because men, we're not so good at sharing our emotions. Now, are we? But we want to allow him that safety net, that freedom to do so. So what you do is, let me give you an example. This woman said to me, and the date was just like, we were playing ping pong. Yeah, I know I'm a dating expert, but I wasn't doing a great job. It was just going back and forth. We were getting to know each other. It was fine. But I think she was probably like, man, this is kind of boring. I want to spice this up. And she goes to me, hey, Mike, what is the craziest thing you've ever done? And when she first asked it, I was thinking, oh, I'll just tell her this story. It's pretty PG. But then she goes, listen, I want you to go out on a limb here. I want you to know that there is nothing, not a thing that could shock me. And I want you to literally think of the most wild thing. I want you to surprise me like no other. So get it done. So that made me feel safe. And because she said that, I didn't tell her my PG-13 answer, which was, I went skydiving with my mom when she was 65, which is still cool. I told her something really intimate. Anyway, those are the 3 steps. So I want to go over the 3 steps with you one more time so you got it. Step 1 is be wildly fun and get him out of that comfort zone of the ping pong date, of the interview questions. Have the thumb war, ask him about the 7 dwarves. Ask him to go skip down the road if you want to. Like, maybe you're going on a walk. Like, let's skip. Give me your arm. Let's skip. Have fun. Pretend you're kids again. Do it. All right, so be fun. Be vulnerable. So once you've had some fun, well, what's something that can bring you guys close? What's something intimate about yourself? What's something that's happened to you? What's a short story that you can tell in 2 or 3 sentences that makes him feel something towards you? Number 3, make him feel comfortable to be vulnerable. Make it emotionally safe for him. Say, hey, Mike, no matter what you are about to tell me, it is safe. It is safe for you to tell me anything. I will not judge you. You're fantastic the way you are, and I want you to know that you can tell me anything, and I'm just here to listen and enjoy you and get to know you. So asking him those questions, and then before he answers, telling him it's a safe place to really give his answers. Why is that 3rd one so important, by the way? We don't feel safe. There's a ton of male dating coaches that literally tell men, your job on a date is don't mess it up. Don't mess up the date. Well, I mean, that's kind of boring, right? Like, are you really going to fall for the guy that didn't mess it up? No, you want to feel some charisma. You want the rated R guy. Well, the rated R guy is not going to come out unless you kind of make it emotionally safe for him. Because, quite frankly, there's a lot of advice out there programming him, don't mess up. So anyway, there's your 3 steps. I hope you guys enjoy this. Next steps and what we're doing all this year. I'm going to plop 2 videos up there. I want you to choose one to watch. So either that one or this one. So go pick one. Anyway, I love all of you. Enjoy one of these 2 videos. Bye-bye.